Hello everyone, it's me again, and today I'm bringing you a video showcasing what some might consider special build that I completed last year, and the main goal was simply to make a robust and competitive primary class blaster to be used as a loner. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So first things first, we're just going to go over the externals really quickly. As you can see, the color scheme for this build was of course green and black, and then I also have some silver and gold detailing that we'll get to in a moment. The paint job on the main shell of the blaster didn't turn out super well at all. I was using a new green paint that I had not used before, and the weather was kind of sketchy, and I was on somewhat of a time crunch to finish this build at the time. So yeah, all in all, not super happy with how the base paint job turned out, but I mean, it's a loner blaster, so whatever. The gold and silver accents I was talking about earlier are up here mostly, and kind of a semi-inside joke between me and some friends, I dremeled off the D and Art Zone, so now it's the Art Zone Max Stryker. Of course, on both sides, and if you haven't already noticed, I've got this sweet sticker on the side of the blaster sent to me by a friend of mine. I will link his channel in the description. And then up on the front, I've got some reflective caution tape on the end of the faux barrel attachment, just for aesthetic reasons. And then as far as the accessories I'm running, stock pump grip, stock firing grip. I've got a Nexus Pro stock. Optic is a UTG red and green dot sight. And then for the magwell, I've got the stock mag adapter, which has had the katana mag catch removed because I only use talons in this. It's got the flared magwell from OOD and the extended mag release from Foam Dimic, as well as the full-length mag release delete, which is very nice. I had to modify the flared magwell a little bit and just cut out this slot so that the extended mag release would fit and work properly. And as you can see, this has been dremeled out some, which we'll get to why in a moment when we open up the blaster. And as far as externals go, that pretty much covers it. So I'm going to go ahead and open this blaster up and we'll show you what kind of internals this thing is running on. Alright, so here's where all the magic happens. So first things first, running on a stock spring with about a 1/2 inch long CPVC spacer. Stock catch spring, of course, 12-inch brass barrel, which of course has been waxed with pledge. And then before we get into the main powertrain that is actually interesting, a couple little notes. I cut out the 3 slots on the trigger just for aesthetic reasons, and I've also gotten rid of some of the slop distance in the trigger pull. And now onto the main goodies. I've got a Longshot plunger tube here, wrapped in E-tape just for a more secure fit onto this. Nothing special about it. It's about 4.5 inches long. And in order to prime it, I've actually done some serious modifications to the base of the bolt, which I'll show you right now. This is actually the very top of a plunger head from a Longshot, which has been affixed to some random scrap plastic tubing. It was probably a plunger tube from some random blaster, and then connected to that is the base off of a Longshot bolt, which is of course connected to our Stryker bolt, which has had some of the end shaved down for mag compatibility. And then as much dead space as possible has been filled in, both for performance and durability. I've got sort of a semi-funnel going on here for performance, but there is some dead space here that I don't really like, but it's not worth the effort to fix for me personally. The O-ring here is just the stock one off of a Longshot plunger head, and the O-ring on the Stryker plunger itself is stock as well, and this thing gets a perfect seal, so no issues there. I've also reinforced the priming bar up here with epoxy putty on both sides, just for longevity reasons. And now for the reason why this is cut out on the magazine adapter. It's simply so when this is primed all the way forward and there's a round in the chamber, you just simply need more room for this to fit, and so I had to Dremel that out. As far as modifications to the shell go, you basically just Dremel out everything here. I Dremeled into this a little bit further than I needed to, but it's fine. I added a little bit of support on the ridge here on both sides for the plunger tube to sit properly. And honestly, that's about it. It's a surprisingly simple mod once you kind of have an idea of what you're doing. And in my opinion, it's very worth it if you want to really push your Stryker to the next performance level. But speaking of performance, I'm going to go ahead, get all this back together, and then we can go to the chronograph and get some numbers. Okay, so I got a full mag of Dart Zone max darts here. They're a little worn, plus the blaster isn't exactly in its most tuned up state, so numbers might be a little low. $169. $203. $205. $206. $168. $206. $208. $185. $192. $176. $198. $195. $201. $199. And $138. So we had a few outliers there, so I'm gonna go ahead and load up another mag, hopefully with a little bit fresher darts, and we'll see what we get then. Alright, got another mag loaded up. Hopefully we get some slightly more accurate readings this time. 200. 201. 219. 172. 204. 204 again, I believe. Failed read. 182. Failed to read. 207. 208. 209. 191. 209. And 196. So those fresh darts definitely helped I know right after I finished building this, when it was freshly tuned up, and I was using brand new darts, I was getting in the low 220s. So I think with some brand new darts and a full tune-up, I could be hitting that again, which I would be very pleased with. So yeah, all in all, the blaster does what I need it to pretty well. It can be pretty fun to use, even though obviously I don't really use it that much at events since it's a loner blaster. It's either in someone else's hands or packed away in the rest of my equipment. But I still think all in all it's a decently nice blaster considering in the end it's just a Stryker. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.